Um, there was a crazy driver out, and I almost got hit several times for training. No, he did great. He was great with it, but they have somebody in the cars and seeing what his response is and going with the team. So that was great. He did what he was supposed to, and it was awesome.
Wonderful. And they didn't have any. They didn't scold you too badly for the leash.
And we're live.
It was pretty bad, but anyways, are we live?
Yes,
We are live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Jen.
Let's see.
Looks like it's just the three of us watching.
Yeah, looks like.
So far. Give it a few seconds. People get the notifications on YouTube, the little dings. Hey, there's a live feed that you hopefully you put down you clicked on the bell.
And you never know. Maybe I didn't give enough notice for people to see it.
No, it'll be there if anybody subscribed to you. Oh, we had somebody just showing. No, just one watching now. That would be me.
I think I'm in chat now too. Just because that's what I like doing. I like having both up. YouTube and I like having both of them up. So that
do you have it split screen or two screens?
So usually I have a monitor that I can use. I have a monitor that I use, and I use that. But right now I only have my computer, so I can't. I'm doing what I can, but.
Well, for my big desktop, I've got two big screens, so a 30 and a 32-inch.
No need to rub it in. Which one do you like better?
They're different. Hi, Lori. Monster Fish Gal says hello. They're different. What the hell's the word?
Hey, Lori.
As my mind just completely blanked on basic technical knowledge.
Because I never do that.
Hi, Muppet.
Hi, Muppet.
Hey, Muppet.
Jeez.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
If anybody wants to come up on screen, there's the link.
Can you pin it? You know how to do that?
No, I don't.
Are you on StreamYard?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can't remember. I think you might have to be on YouTube to do it. You have to be on the YouTube one. Oh, well. But.
Yeah, and I'm not a.
Yeah, I haven't added you yet.
I'm not a. Yeah.
Poor Larry's not a moderator.
Yeah. I'm so verklempt.
Now, is there a way?
That's the word I was thinking of.
Is there a way for me to be in both at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
And Brianna's on. Hello.
Oh, let me.
Brianne.
There. Hi, Bree. Okay. Let's go into my studio. We can all learn together, I guess. Let's see. I'm in my studio.
We've got the link. It's got to be in the YouTube.
That's why I like having both my screens open.
Well, I
What do you
have them both open. I'm just not seeing how I get into, because I'm publishing from StreamYard. Do I have the ability to go in through YouTube?
Yep, you do.
Thing?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So on live broadcast, there should be a way.
Jess says she's. Excuse me, Kevin. Jess says she's sorry she can't be here. She's working.
Okay. Well, thanks, Jess, for trying to stop by. Maybe next week we'll be able to get you in, and I'll catch you later at night in one of the other streams. So we'll catch up. Okay, so we are going to go here.
Kevin, what do you get for lunch there?
Chicken and rice.
Ah, you're making me hungry.
Hey, it's 12 here, and I haven't really eaten.
It's 3 o'clock here. I haven't eaten. I think I got some Pop-Tarts somewhere.
That is your old fallback, isn't it?
That, and I got lots of Girl Scout cookies.
What kind?
Well, let's see. I've got some lemonades. I got some of the new Toast Jays, which, if you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, tastes just like that. I love Cinnamon Toast, so it's perfect. And, of course, I got some Thin Mints. I gave Jen all of the peanut butter ones that I bought because I got them for her. I went a little overboard in ordering Girl Scout cookies this year. My neighbor, she's 11? No, she's 12 now. Just turned 12. And every year she sells the Girl Scout cookies, and there's 20 boxes right there. Boom.
Yep.
I got 14 boxes. And then Jen goes, "Oh, we need more Thin Mints." So I ordered 5 more boxes of Thin Mints.
I like the Thin Mints.
I love my Thin Mints.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Hi, Ash.
I noticed Jeffrey was in here, so I thought I'd say hi. It was funny. I was talking to my dad a little bit earlier when I came back from my route, and he's like, "Yeah, my day's okay. I'm doing taxes right now."
Atkins.
I'm like, okay, I'll leave you alone. Hey, Atkins.
Yeah, tax day
Hello.
is never really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Go here. My channel.
Atkins is at work as well. Must be nice to have a job again. Huh? Someday.
Are you just at home, Larry?
Yeah, I'm just sitting at home. I'm actually, my office is actually the alcove right next to the front door of my house. I share a 4-bedroom with 3 other people. We're all over 50 and working and single, so it's a lot cheaper. So I converted this big alcove to my little office. I put up shelves for some of my Funko Pops, and yeah, big mess. Excuse the mess.
You said you're looking now, right?
I'm working as a home healthcare aide in the evenings, and from 11 to 1 a.m. 11 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, I
So
meant
it's
for
a
for a
job.
place.
Yeah, I've been looking, although the cost for like a 2-bedroom is just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
Hi,
Prices
Pridemore.
are through the roof. It's
Hi,
insane.
Marianne. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, Pridemore. Oh. Yep. Hey, Marianne.
Atkins taking a chat. Yeah, we'll be here for a while, Atkins.
Be able to do this. Okay, let's find something in here for you. And there you go. You should now be a moderator.
Who?
Woohoo! Me?
Larry. And I think you already were.
I am a moderator.
Let's find
Okay,
out.
good.
Do I have a... Yay! I have a wrench next to me.
Now,
I knew I liked that girl. Jeffrey bought a Phoenix hang on back canister filter. So is it any better?
So,
do you enjoy that one better than any, another brand?
Jen?
Yeah,
Are you a mod on
I hear
anybody's channel? Are you a mod on anybody's channel?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, well, so if you're on YouTube, if you have your chat open, you can click on the 3 dots and you should be able to pin.
Yeah, she just got it.
Okay, good.
It's pinned. Very good. Good job, John.
I'm learning on the fly.
No worries. I did that too for my first, but
yeah, Atkins. Jen's got her camera. What was that? What, Jen?
Atkins is setting up his first saltwater tank today.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or this week. I was going to say that Jen has her camera set on our saltwater tank. It's a 32 with a curved front. With, what do we got there? 6 fish in there? Brianna's going to finally show her discus.
She already showed some of them, but I think she just got some more. She's getting some more in.
Yeah, I think, Bree, didn't you say you were getting those discus today? And
Thursday.
we're hoping to get them into the tank today?
I think you said Thursday.
Thursday, she says. Atkins, we cycled it for about a month. She put a little food in and just let it sit.
We actually
running the filter.
with the cocktail shrimp from the freezer.
Right. And she took the filter from the saltwater tank and put it into this filter to get some of the bio stuff off of it.
To seed the tank?
Right, for this one.
Yeah.
Got it.
What was
so
that,
it
Kevin?
To seed the tank,
Yes.
you added some filter material to seed the tank.
Yes, I did.
She did. Although, just to make sure, we just left it for a month with the water and the filter running.
Did you test the water?
Yes, always.
What do you
but I also brought over the rocks that I had in the other tank, plus other live rocks from the fish store that they keep in their in a tank, so they keep it alive. And I also got the live sand.
Got it. Cool.
So it had all the building blocks that it needed to pick up and run.
Yes, that's what I use that too. I have bottle ammonia, although I'm not crazy about using it. I prefer just seeding it and then adding a little bit of stuff in it. But I had no clue live rock was so expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes.
Jen added live sand, and we went and got some live rock. And the guy we bought from fish place we bought from has seen us. We've been in there many times. We've gotten the seahorses from him, so he gave us a fairly good deal. But he gave us live rock that had coral, a little bit of coral, if you can see on the right-hand side, some strand of coral sticking up
Some of them have
there.
puffer, there's Negrophora coral,
And on the left-hand side,
firefish is a sea cucumber.
big sea
That came
cucumbers
on the
that we
rock?
had. And last week she texts me and goes, "There's some weird thing that's this black with spines sitting on there on the side, and we don't know how. We got a live sea urchin. It was either in the live sand or hidden in the cracks of the live rock. So we've got another live animal that we didn't expect. Absolutely amazing." But the piece of coral in the sea cucumber, the guy was like, "Yeah, you buying this? I'll give you a piece that has stuff on it." So we got lucky on that.
And he said, "No, it's got this on it. Do you mind?" And I said, "Absolutely not."
Yeah,
well,
but
as long as you don't mind that it being in there, then yeah.
Yeah, but the cost is, as you say, Ed, the cost for it is crazy.
What?
There she
Hi, Bree.
is. I'm trying to bring her up, but it's not letting her come up.
Hello.
There she is.
Hi, Larry. Hi,
Hi,
Jen.
Bree.
Hello.
So how's everybody today?
I'm doing good. A little
I
tired.
know. So Bree, were you getting more discus today or on Thursday?
So I thought they were going to ship yesterday, but Petraman ordered some on Sunday, and they're fasting yesterday and today. Discus Hans is going to ship them out tomorrow, and then I'll get them Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So you'll actually get.
Not
You're getting overnight shipping?
What did you say, Jen?
Are you having overnight shipping then?
Yes.
Cool.
And you're not getting any from Petraman?
No?
Oh, I thought he was going to send you some. Of his. Okay.
Now, are these ones that you're getting a different variation than the ones you already have?
Yes. I have 2 Santarum discus, and these are 2 checkerboard discus.
Checkerboard.
I've seen the boards. Yeah, I think.
Hey, Danny.
I think it might have been Lisa from KG Tropical showed off her checkerboards last month, and that's where I had seen them.
Hey, Danny. Thank you for the like. Yeah, everybody says please.
I think we were
Like.
looking, weren't we,
Hey,
Jen?
Danny. What was that?
I thought you and I were looking on Discus Hans.
Yeah, we were. And that might have also been where we saw the checkerboard ones.
I know we were talking about them.
Okay, later, Atkins. He's gonna lurk.
Well, we appreciate it, Danny.
Jen and I were at the our big fish store, and they have discus, and I'm like, yeah, the plain ones with the red stripes are pretty, or the plain ones with some orange stripes, or the plain ones with a little blue stripe. And then there was this darker blue that was translucent, or it was so shiny, the light hitting it changed the colors, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in love.
Yeah,
So
we
we've been
like
talking about.
the blue snakeskin ones.
Oh my god. It was darker and just gorgeous. So now I'm a fan of discus again.
Yes. So that might be what goes in the 75 after I move over all the inhabitants to the 180.
Yeah. More
You're not
fish.
going to use the 180?
Oh my goodness! Muppet!
I'm kidding.
That's
I'm
not
kidding.
good.
This is garden soil. Ooh. Yeah, Muppet, that majorly sucks. Glass in his bags of garden soil.
Is this soil you were going to be using in your tank or out in your garden? And how did you discover it? Hopefully you didn't cut yourself on it.
I complain just when Jen puts some gravel in and has these little shiny, clear rocks and crystals. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I had the little glass pebbles at one point. So I've been picking them out of the gravel as I go. But I might actually end up putting them back in shrimp tanks just because it'll give more hiding places for the baby shrimps.
Okay.
But I'll put them in the back behind plants where you won't have to see them, dear.
Okay, thank you. I just don't like those. Oh
I
my
know.
god, those baby shrimp are so minuscule. They're so small. Oh, but so cute seeing them float around.
Yeah, I know, aren't they?
Yeah, I have a couple baby shrimp and they're so cute.
We weren't expecting them to breed so quickly. We hadn't had them very long.
I think within a week of having them in the tank, I started seeing babies everywhere.
Hey, Fishymon.
And I actually got lucky that when we bought these, I thought it might have been a baby shrimp in the bag, but it actually turned out to be an orchid antler live bearer, and I let it grow up to full size. It turned out to be a male.
Well, the antler.
And
Yeah.
last time when we went to the store, I found more. So I now have an antler tank. But they are so that they have such fantastic coloring on these orchid antlers.
The snakeskin orchid antlers.
Yeah, they're so tiny.
Steel skin. No, I wrote it down.
The guppies were the steel.
Nebulous steel. Snakeskin orchid antlers and nebulous steel Dumbo guppies. Gorgeous fish. I was never a fan of guppies until I saw these.
We may end up having babies soon. I saw one of the female antlers looking like she was really big and labored, like she was getting ready to pop soon.
Marianne,
yeah.
Marianne, I don't have a fish room. I'm actually Jen's boyfriend, so she's my fish person. I go to her for a fish room.
Yes. Well, if the 75-gallon that I have all my rose lines in, with the blue Mickey Mouse platies is going to be moved over to the 180-gallon. And then I'm hoping, I haven't quite, well, I will basically have two 75-gallon tanks that are going to be empty. One of them I want crebenzas, and I think the other one is definitely going to be the discus. I think if we decide to do any more salt water other than that, we'll end up getting another rack and putting another tank in that way.
Yeah, I want to get a big tank, a big saltwater tank, and get some of the bigger fish, or the fish that the saltwater angels, foxface, and the long-nosed yellow angel, things like that. Emperor angel, my favorite.
Right, but, and that's where I kind of hold the reins and say, let's slow down a little. Because the saltwater coral thing is so expensive and the fish, I want to try to get this smaller tank colonized well. And when I start getting frags and things like that, we can consider making a bigger tank for them. That way we can populate it a lot cheaper than going to the fish store and buying new ones every other week.
Well, we talked for 2 years about starting up a saltwater tank like the one you're showing. It took us 2 years to do it. So yeah, I understand.
Yes,
it'll take a while.
And I'm sitting on the rocks for 2 months and still haven't got that rockscape done. That is
True.
going to be the next video that I put out on the channel. It will be done before the next live stream. Also, if people would like to drop a comment in the comments, let me know if you'd be interested in having some live feeds going later at night, because I have a lot of time on my hands, and it seems like a lot of people cut out around 1 o'clock.
In a couple minutes, I'm going to have to get off of here. I'm going to have dinner in 3 minutes or so.
Dinner? It's 3:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
That's practically a brunch. Or brinner, or something like that.
Again,
Winner.
it's so weird because whenever I go to like my friend's house or something, which I haven't done in like a year and a half, I don't have a lot of people's houses nearby to go to anyways. But there's this one person that I would always go to her house, and like her parents let her stay up till 11 o'clock at night. And it's crazy because we actually stayed up until 11 o'clock at night, and I'm not used to staying up that late.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. And she had dinner when I go to bed. Like when I go to bed
Oh my goodness.
here, that's when she's having dinner, and it's insane. And she lives like not that far away from me, like 10 minutes down the road. Like,
For me, growing up, dinner was 6 o'clock.
Still
Wow.
6.
yeah, dinner's 3:30 here. Dessert, for having dessert, it's around 5, and then like 7 to 8 o'clock is when we go to bed, depending on if there's something we have to do.
Oh, so you guys really do have a early day.
Yep.
No wonder you're up so early for fatherfish and doing all those things.
Yeah, I normally wake up at 7 because, well, if I was going to like real public school, I would have to wake up at 6 because the bus would come at 7. Then we'd start school at 8:15. But I wake up at 7 and then I start school at 8:15. So.
Hey, Jen,
Yes.
did you want to add Muppet?
Yes, I would love to have Muppet if Muppet would like to be a moderator. Let's Here we go, moderator. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, hi, Jess.
What?
Jess talking about her kid and dinner time or sleep time. Well, Jess, what time do you get them food? Let's see. Just before bed? Oh. Jeez. No, you gotta let him work off the energy after he eats.
How was hockey practice yesterday? Wasn't that his first hockey practice?
I'm sorry, Kevin. What did you say?
Oh, I was saying, I know I thought she said he had his first hockey practice. Langdon had his first hockey practice. So I was just wondering how it went.
Oh,
Yesterday.
Landon likes to play hockey, huh?
I believe it was yesterday, yep.
Yeah, I've been missing the morning streams. I've been staying up at the late to the nights, and I get up and it's like, just ended.
Yeah, I'm right now at 7 to 12, but usually I go, sometimes I go to 1:30, but usually it's 7:30 to like 1:30. And then I usually take a little nap, but right now there's a lot of stuff, so.
It's almost 70 degrees here in Buffalo. I can't think of somebody doing hockey. Just wrong weather for it. Lacrosse.
Remember, it is
for now.
Buffalo. Blink and we'll have the snow again.
Oh, we're getting snow tomorrow. Again.
Possibly.
Seriously.
Possibly, yeah. So yes, today I have the door open and one of the windows open so the cats can get lots of fresh air smells.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be closing it up and complaining that I'm cold by 6 o'clock.
No, around 9, 10 o'clock it's going to start dropping down to the 50s. Overnight, it's going to rain. So tomorrow I'm probably going to be driving the bike over back to your house in the rain. Or in the snow.
Lucky you.
Landon had the lacrosse practice. Cool. Now I like them.
Oh, lacrosse.
Love lacrosse.
That's right. It was lacrosse.
We have season tickets.
Volunteering, Danny. I've added you as a moderator.
Who?
Hi, Fishy
Danny.
Mom.
Oh. Hey, Fishy Mom.
Yep, we lost Kevin. We have season tickets to the Buffalo's pro national lacrosse team, the Buffalo Bandits. We go every year.
Yeah, we enjoy the lacrosse games. We tried to do a baseball game 2 seasons ago, opening game, and I hit the ball just right, line drive, went up over
the dugout,
the guardrail, and slammed right into the back of my hand.
Yeah, Jen put her hand up to stop a foul ball that pinged off at us and broke her wrist. Not good.
So we haven't been back to a game since then. But I haven't decided that I'm not going anymore. I've just decided that I'm going to make sure that the seats we choose are behind the netting rather than right up there against the rail.
Jeffrey got some cherry shrimp from Jess. He's got them all in a
Oh,
20 long to themselves.
oh, you're gonna love those, Jeffrey. Those cherry reds are so beautiful.
I'm gonna hop off here now. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming by, Jess. Have a good night.
Later,
Enjoy
Brian.
your dinner
Bree.
or Bree. And looking forward to seeing your new discus when they get there.
Me too.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Here. Bye bye.
Hey, Sandy. Welcome.
Hi, Sandy.
I'm shocked at how fast fish breed. How fast they breed. I didn't realize that. It's like you put them in, and then a few weeks later, boom, explosions. Like, wow.
Oh, yes.
I've only seen it once so far. With the what was it? The black sword? No, the pineapple swordtails. No, and the black swordtails.
Yeah.
Also breeded.
Yep.
That's just
Yeah,
so
we
cool.
had bad luck with those black ones. I don't know if I want to try to keep them anymore.
Yeah.
I really need to find a good supplier of stock for those. And the swordtails, the pineapple swords that we had or have, all the ones that I have except for the males are babies from the previous ones.
Right.
And all the adults died off, but the babies survived. So now I got a few more males in there, hoping that they'll breed and we'll get them going in the 180.
Oh, wow. Woohoo! Gonna have more fish. More fish that I don't have to purchase.
Poor
Yay.
you, Lord. Poor you, Larry.
Yeah. Yeah, poor me.
More fish. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited at the thought of these saltwater fish that we're showing here. That it's like, yeah, okay, we got the freshwater over there. I love seeing this saltwater. And then I stop and I sit down and I start staring at the Roseline sharks in the 70, just schooling and going back and forth, and I'm just in my glory, just watching them. It's so calming.
They are your favorites.
It is so calming to watch these guys.
That's why I almost wonder if you might, if we find the right larger fish that has the body shape that you like, we'll end up getting these bigger fish.
In a while, yeah.
Because, when I look at them, it's like the attitudes and the fin movement that you love out of the rose lines,
yeah,
is what you get out of these bigger fish. So, like the electric blue, Jack Dempsey, while it's an aggressive fish, it's gorgeous.
right.
And it moves the same way that you like. So we would just have to find other fish that would get along with the electric blue Jack Dempsey. Because it can actually be really friendly fish.
Yeah, more research. We always do the research before we get fish and temperament and what other fish they work well with.
Yeah.
We are smart that way.
And I have seen a few on, oh, I think it was, might have been Chubbs's feed the other night that they just looked so amazing. And it was like, if I was going to keep a big fish, that's one that I would want. And it kind of looked, it kind of had the markings of a tiger barb with the lines, but it was a golden color for the body. And it was just so striking, the color variation on this fish.
Okay.
And I know that most of the fish that you keep are small, right, Kevin?
More nano, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any big fish that you'd like to keep if your parents would let you get the dream tank?
Discus, yes, bunch. The first one is discus, but oh gee.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, discus are the main one that I really like. I can't think of. Yeah, I think that's the main one. I really want discus. I'd like to keep some more Africans. And cichlids, but
Yeah, I think we all hear how difficult discus are.
Later, Danny. Later, Bree.
Yep. See you later, guys.
Oh, well. Yeah, the bigger fish, I worry about taking care of them, and I've always liked the smaller ones myself to see them. But yeah, if we find something bigger. Jeffrey, we're asking everybody. Nobody asked me. But the only monster fish I would want a pair of jaguar cichlids. Okay.
I think the jaguars might be what I was looking at. I know that the fish that I was looking at, they were talking about jaguar cichlids at the time. So it might have been the jaguar cichlid or in the same tank as one. They are beautiful fish.
I'm also worried about what size they get, how big they're going to get. I don't like the thought of having to move fish to bigger tanks because I didn't put them in a big enough tank to start with. Hey, Alan.
Why would you need to move them? Why don't you just put them in a bigger?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Start them in a big tank, a big enough tank, so you never have to move them. But I hear people about saying, "Oh yeah, I'm moving this fish from a 55 up to my 125 or something like that."
I mean, and if they're not
because they got too big.
If they're not too big, like if you move a discus from like a 40 or a 55, and then once they grow out, then you move them up. That's fine. In my mind, I don't see an issue with that. But
well, that's why I don't want to have to move them. I'd rather start them in a 125 and just never have to move them and let them grow nice and big and round and just beautiful and never have to move them. I'd rather start in a proper size for when they're at their maximum. And Mappo's not happy with the nano, but he prefers the smaller.
Yes, I agree.
Not happy, but just likes them.
What would you consider nano versus smaller fish, though? I'm just curious about it. Because I prefer nano fish, but I want some, like, I don't know. It would be nice to keep some apistos, some more Africans, just cichlids in general, but I don't have the room nor the space, so I have nano. And I enjoy, I like being able to breed things, so we'll see.
Yeah, I tend to stray towards more of the community type fish myself. So all of my fish are 6 inches and under.
Yep, that makes sense.
Atkins, yeah, Atkins pointing out that his cichlids in a 55, just so much waste. He's got to do 50% water changes every week. Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, I mean, the one option you could do is either stock it less or get a bigger tank, but then it's like, what's the point of that? Because you can't see them, and they're not like, I don't know. In my mind, I want a decent amount and for a lot of cichlids, you do need it more densely populated, but that also means you're a slave to the those water changes, and you really need to be able to have an easy system or you're not gonna.
Well, Atkins, how big are your cichlids? You say they're big.
Oh, he's got some big ones.
I'm talking 4, 5, 6 inches bigger. See, I would never want to get like an arowana that can grow 18 inches, something crazy like that. I'd never want something that big.
I love a stingray or arowana.
I want a stingray. I love the stingrays. I love seeing those. Going very aggressive.
The stingrays are that they need so much tank space and footprint to be comfortable, and then you rarely see them.
I don't know about rarely see them.
They bury under the sand.
They bury themselves in the sand, so you only see a tiny bit of them, unless it's feeding time.
See, 4 to 7 inches for a fish isn't that big for me. I'm worried that they'd get bigger, and I'd have to put them, as you say, you want to put them into a bigger tank. I'd want to have a much bigger tank. Jen doesn't have the room for another big tank.
No,
I mean, the 180 is massive.
Well,
180 long is like, wow.
Okay, then, Muppet, I like small fish. I consider nano like the small fish, but if you're saying that pygmy koi are nano, then yeah, I like smaller fish.
I love my pygmy fish.
Right now. I don't have any. I'm thinking about getting some. We'll see.
I want to find more of them. I only have 4 or 5, and I really would like to find somebody who will sell me male and female so I can start breeding them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's an issue. Why, Jeffrey?
Yeah, Jeffrey's got the right problem. Bigger tanks means a lot more options. For me, that's like, oh God, that's a lot more money.
Well, no, I can understand how if Jeffrey has an anxiety about his fish, having more options might be harder for him.
Welcome back, Sean. We're talking about big fish versus small fish. And tank size for those fish.
Yeah, because the more options that you have, the more that can go wrong. And the more mixing of species you can do, you run into those horror stories where, these fish have been together for 5, 6, 7 years, and all of a sudden I woke up this morning and this one tore the other one apart. Well, why? Well, I don't know why. And it turns out that maybe one fish overbred, so the other fish had to encroach on a territory. So things like that do happen with these smaller fish. And if you have an anxiety about your fish, that can make it worse.
Jen, where is your pygmy cories right now?
The pygmy cories are on the bottom shelf between the guppies and the endlers.
Are they by themselves, or do you have something else with them?
Right now, they have other things in with them. They've got that one mystery catfish.
Oh.
And it's got the 3 flower shrimp.
Oh yes, our hitchhiker.
Or bamboo shrimp.
Yeah, another fish that just showed up. We got a batch of plants at the fish store. Jen started planting them, and this little 1-inch catfish. So
I don't even think it was an inch at that time. I think it was actually about a half an inch.
Just started swimming around. It was another hitchhiker. Love these hitchhikers, like the sea urchin in the saltwater tank. I love getting those. Just a surprise. Except for the damn snails that keep showing up.
The only problem is when I go back to the fish store and I say, I had a hitchhiker come home with me, and they say, oh yeah, that happens. You're welcome.
Yeah.
They don't tell me what the hitchhiker could possibly have been.
Yeah, store has so many tanks with so many different fish. Something just disappears and it. Oh, it's one of the $3 fish. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've heard those red devils. It is in the name.
Yeah, those are going to be aggressive.
Yes. Red devils are aggressive.
Your Jack Dempsey is already 7 inches, and you think she still has some growing. See, that's the thing. I don't want something that's going to be that massive. Oh, we had some angelfish. They got very aggressive all of a sudden and started killing off all the other fish in the smaller angelfish, and started killing off some of the other fish in the tank. So we got rid of them.
I would caution you that if you want to do angels, you're going to find that they're aggressive towards other fish when they're mating.
Yeah.
So either get all male or get all female, or know that you're going to have an aggression problem, and make sure that you're keeping a close eye when they start laying their eggs everywhere to see who's being cornered and abused.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had a whole batch of eggs, and the other fish ate them all. Damn.
Oh, we love surprises as long as the surprise can stay in the tank. If I have to set up a whole nother tank for the surprise, it can get a little frustrating. Which is why I'm really happy that sea urchin can go with everything that is in that saltwater tank, because I would hate to have to set up a new saltwater right now.
Nah, we'd bring it back to the fish store and say, hey.
That I can believe.
Buy that back. The nice thing is our fish place will buy back fish at half price, 50% of what they usually sell them for.
See, I would rather just exchange and get different fish. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, I have we had a black ghost knife that we bought, and we didn't know how big they were going to get, because all the research that we did said, what was it, 6 inches?
Something around 6 inches, and this thing was already like over 8.
And then you do the real research and you find out that these things can get really huge. But it always hid, and we never really saw it. And I thought it actually died in the tank because I didn't see it for so long. And I had basically given up on the tank, moved everything else out of it, still had water in it, still had the filter running.
It still had a couple of plants.
Anything.
Left a couple of plants and a couple of fake rocks and stuff.
So then when I actually went to break down the tank, I hear splashing. And I find the ghost knife.
5-6 months of not touching this tank. No food, but the filter was still running. No water changes or anything. She goes to break it down. And this ghost knife, which is now like 3 inches longer, comes out from under behind some rocks.
I think it was about 4 inches longer, and it was definitely a good ½ inch wider. It had put on some heft. And when we took it back, we actually got twice what we paid for the original fish for it. So
Muppet had
that little bit of growth time really was beneficial.
Muppet had a common pleco that he rehomed at 12 inches. Yeah, no thanks. That's way too big for me.
Yeah, our local fish store, they have in there a red tail catfish that is about 4.5 to 5 foot big. And whenever I go there, I rub the glass and he follows my hand like I'm petting his belly. But they also have a 4 foot common pleco that is just gigantic. It looks like a prehistoric creature. It can barely move. And you know that somebody bought that as a pleco and it got too big for a pond and got brought back.
Hey, Florida Fish Rescue.
But that's one of the reasons that our fish store does buy other fish back, because they know that people that have ponds or have big tanks, they need, when they have a fish die off, they need to replace it with a fish of equal size. So they love it when you bring in those bigger fish and they finally can call up the people who lost a fish and, oh, we've got an 8-incher here. Come look, see if you want it. So they do a lot of that at our fish store, which we love. They have a big fish section. But yes, so glad to see you, Florida Fish Rescue.
Mike, you catch anything with fishing with farther fish?
How did the trip with Father Fish to go wild catching go today? If we weren't here in New York, we might try that, but New York is so terrible about fish rules and laws. And
yeah, we always just catch and release some bass and stuff. A few times we've gone fishing.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a couple of sunfish in a fish tank. They're pretty.
Yeah.
But we can't bring them home here in New York.
No. That and the gobies are so invasive that you catch.
Right.
Little gobies. It's like, got some mollies and yellow guppies.
Oh.
Cool beans.
Now, I knew that guppies were available in the wild, but I never really thought about mollies being caught wild. That is interesting. Because you hear about everybody catching the catfish and the guppies out in the wild, and even darterfish and shiners, um, but never really hear about mollies. What could we get from Joanna's?
Jonas.
Wild mollies. I'll have to look into them.
And sunfish. Cichlids and dwarf sunfish.
Now, the only
Hi,
aggressive
Chubbs.
cichlid that I have ever kept, that it was my ex-husband's fish, but I really wish I could find these fish again because they were awesome to watch, is the dwarf pike cichlids. Those are fun.
Dwarf Pike. Okay.
But they are very rare to find. We went years looking for them. And you just, every once in a while, they'll get one or two, and that's it. Hi, Chubbs. I was just talking about earlier how I was enjoying the fish out of your tanks the other night.
Yeah, I vaguely remember when I first started dating you that you had some. You had a tank that was you were taking care of for your ex, and
Yep.
had some interesting fish.
Yes, and then we had the great freeze.
Kevin's outside. It looks like.
Oh.
Cool beans.
Oh. You decided to take us for a walk, Kevin?
I don't know if you can hear us. Kevin!
I can hear you. I'm outside. My dog's out here. I just let him go to the bathroom, and then I'm just out here waiting because the checkup. But
Okay.
Yes, Atkins, there is a puffer fish in that tank. It's a saddle puffer.
Valentini saddle puffer. There's the blue line wrasse. It's zipping around. There's the percola clown. There's the purple firefish. On top of the rock on the left-hand side is a twin spot goby. That just jumped off. Somewhere under the right side rock is a yellow rose goby. He basically hides during the daytime. It's a sea cucumber on the left-hand side, top of the rock. And somewhere hiding is a little sea urchin that we discovered last week.
We have the two Guppies. One we call Digger and one we call Dozer. Digger likes to dig holes, and Dozer likes to fill them in.
The saddle puffers don't get very big, 2 to 3 inches tops. Yeah, Jeffrey says he's adamant about getting the discus, but he'd like to get the dwarf pike cichlids. I keep saying chicklets. I keep thinking chicklets. I keep saying chicklids. There's no H in the beginning.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I want discus badly, but I don't have a tank for him, so.
Yes, 32-gallon bow front.
Oh, hey, Florida.
Yeah, it's one of the a kit. I don't remember what company. Fluval. I don't know. What was the company? Feeding time.
Yep. It is a, I've got the box right here.
All right.
It's the Fluval C Flex. Yeah, the Fluval C Flex. It's the all-in-one saltwater from Fluval.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we also have a 13-gallon all-in-one that we originally started doing saltwater with. And that Percola clown was our first fish ever, saltwater.
He came out for food.
Ah. That little yellow rose goby, yeah. But yeah, that clownfish was the first saltwater we ever got, and that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We got it with the 13-gallon all-in-one tank. Which is currently sitting off to the side. We don't know what we're going to do with that tank yet.
Yeah, I found on that one that the inner seals weren't working properly, so the water flow wasn't getting where it needed to for the filter to run properly. So I ended up taking it apart, and I'm going to try to seal it up again and see if I can fix that. If not, I'll probably just turn it into a refugium for a larger tank.
No.
Clownfish can be strange about having mates. Clownfish don't necessarily pair off male-female. They might have just a bonded buddy in a tank. We've thought about getting another one, but I want to wait until I have the tank set up and have an anemone in there for them, because I don't want there to be any problems with one being feeling like it doesn't have a territory. So another clownfish is in the plans for the future. It's just got to wait for the reef to establish first.
Yeah. Although I love all the fish in there, but that Valentini puffer is
Yes.
That, and we just got the on the far left-hand side, the twin spot goby is currently my new favorite.
Yes. And you love your blue line wrasse, but
Oh, we had to get the blue line wrasse, but
it's all over.
everybody is so slow and calm, and that blue line just zips. He's what they call a cleaner fish, so he's usually like pecking at the other fish to like clean off any parasites on their skins. And the other fish are like, "Will you leave me alone?" And that blue line is just zipping back and forth, going crazy. Ah, okay, Jeffrey.
He definitely keeps the food cube moving.
No. Jeffrey says that all the clownfish are all female and one will turn male when they mate. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, we never have to worry about the frozen cube not breaking up. We had a purple firefish before, but he hid like 98% of the time. This one stays out all the time. It's wonderful. Oh, the mandarin. We want to get a psychedelic mandarin.
Yes, that's the one that we really want. And that's why we started all this saltwater, is we fell in love with the mandarin psychedelic. Mandarin. And then we fell in love with seahorses, and we could get the seahorses right away. So we got those. And now we're back on track to getting the habitat for the mandarin established.
Oh. Sandy says, no, it's the other way around. They're males and one turns female. It doesn't matter. One will change sex, and that's how you get a pair. But yeah, our fish store right now has a couple of green mandarins that are cute, but they're nowhere near the great colors of the psychedelic mandarin. Plus, now that we've got two gobies, we've got the yellow rose goby hiding under the rock and the twin spot goby. I don't want to put too many gobies fighting for the along the substrate.
But also with the mandarin goby, the psychedelic mandarin that we want, I agree with you that some of these saltwater fish can be really difficult because if they're not tank bred, you have problems with them eating. So we've been fortunate that the ones the seahorses that we bought were tank bred, so we didn't have to worry about feeding them. They're already on mysis shrimp. But I'm trying to build up a copod colony before I get into doing the mandarins. Because from what I understand, that's one of their sources of food.
Yeah, it's, Atkins says that his store has one that's already eating the frozen. And Jeffrey says he wants a saltwater just for a mandarin.
Right.
Yeah, you want to get an established tank, definitely.
Yeah, you definitely need to get them all dialed in before you put a mandarin in there. But you know, I find it funny, all these websites that try to mystify the saltwater world and make it seem like it's so difficult. It is difficult. There are differences between saltwater and freshwater. But if you have had success in a freshwater tank and you know about the water chemistry and you know how to do your water changes and keep up on it and you know what to look for on your fish and what you're looking for to maintain the healthy environment, it's really not much of a step over to do salt. It's really just a change in you're making salt water versus putting fresh water in your tank. Um, until you get to the reef and stuff like that, where you might be needing to test for different things like calcium and magnesium and things like that, where you're trying to bring out better colors and lights and things in the corals. The fish themselves um, can be fairly easy to take care of as long as they're tank bred to begin with. Oh, it looks like Kevin.
Lost Kevin again.
Well, he probably is bringing the doggy back in.
Yeah, Sandy says she has 3 pairs of bonded clownfish. What types? The one we have in there is a percola. It always stays small. What types do you have?
They have the maroon clown, or Jeffrey likes the maroon clown.
Likes the maroon colored.
Now, Sandy, when you got yours, did you buy them as bonded pairs, or did you buy a group of them and they bonded in your tank?
I bought a few and then added a few.
Yeah.
Yellow with black markings.
Yes, Jeffrey, I admit it is a Finding Nemo.
But it was the first saltwater one I wanted, and Jen said that we could have it. So I was like, ooh.
And personally, I don't really care for the maroon coloration. It to me it looks like a brick red.
The tomato red ones.
Yeah, I like the ones that are more white. They have one that is white with black that's really stunning that we saw the other day. And I think there was one of those tomato type colors that we said that we liked, but it wasn't the maroon. It was.
I don't know. No, we saw a pair the white ones with the black that we were like, ooh.
Yeah, that kind of looks like a snowflake to me.
That might have been what it was, a snowflake clown.
Ah.
That's possible. Hi, Rocco.
Yeah, we really like the black coloration and the orange bars. For us, it's definitely a more striking color combination.
That and we read up that the pergola clowns don't get as big, so these won't get much bigger than what it is. Askins was asking if you get 2 young clownfish, will they just pair off? It's a good question. Don't know. Big Mama is a tomato clown. If anyone wants to join on with us, you're welcome to hook up, and we'll let you get on. Say hi. Anybody brave enough to show their face on camera drinking a Pepsi?
Oh, now we have lots of brave people out here.
Yeah,
But
Rocky's at the doctor.
There are also a lot of people who are places where they can't talk from.
Yeah. Yeah, they get their own channels, I know. Clown pairs not necessarily bonding. Yeah, they gotta like each other.
And I think it's funny because, you know, we hear about bettas and betta breeding, and we have to make sure that they're tolerant of each other and they're accepting of each other. But you never really think about that with other fish. Angelfish and things like that, you don't really think about. Hey, Rocco.
How's everybody?
Hello there.
So
Welcome.
glad you could make it on the stream today.
Well, I'm actually at the eye doctor's office room waiting for my girlfriend to get out of the eye doctor. So here I am.
Well, that's nice that you could stop by. We all need to be able to see the world a little better nowadays, huh?
Yeah, as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm getting on the spider and biking around.
Yeah, are we going to go for a ride?
We can. I can come over and grab you. Just to go around the city, just go in a loop or something, just to get out. Enjoy the 70 degrees. 68 degrees, I think. Atkins has some...
Have a good night.
Later, Sandy. Atkins has a pair of rainbow cichlids that are bonded, protect their babies. That's cool. That's got to be fun to watch.
I think it's so interesting. Well, I've heard about, like with the cichlids, that once they have mated, that they protect their young and kind of pair off and protect each other. But you never really hear about them in the choosing process. That, you know, they actually do seek out one over another. That it's not just the most dominant male wins the female. The female may actually be looking for something different, according to what it sounds like with the clownfish. They're looking for more of a mate for tank life rather than mate for longevity of the species. So that sounds neat. Aww. Jeffrey says that he's got a pair of apistos that when she's ready, she chases him, and when she's not ready, he chases her.
What's up?
Hi, Tubbs. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. What's up, Rocco?
Hello there.
How y'all doing?
Doing real good. How about you?
Oh, well, good
Not bad.
today. How's everything in your neck of the woods today, Chubbs?
Pretty sunshine and warm weather.
Can't ask for anything more.
Well, I could ask for a lot more, but that's what we got.
Well, yeah, we can ask.
That don't mean we're gonna get it.
Yeah, I want it to stay this weather, the 68 and sunny, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow.
Yeah,
Ugh. Can't win.
it's what is it, like almost 80 degrees today, and it's supposed to be 40 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, pretty soon it ought to be warm enough overnight that those summer tubs can get set up.
Oh, mine lasted all year.
Oh, you have a year-round tub.
Yeah, well, I'm in
Cool.
South Louisiana, so I mean we don't really get cold.
Right.
Mm.
Well, except for this year.
We had a few days I had to cover the tub, but most of the year it was like it was. Yeah, I only covered it for like 4 days.
That's great.
Even the frog bit survived and doing good.
Well,
Now, see, I would love to do a tub, but up here in New York, we got maybe 3 months that it's safe to have my fish out.
Yeah. Yeah, you
After
could probably
that,
do like rice fish and get a yield from it, but I mean, most other fish they need 3 months just to adjust.
I'd always be worried about the birds getting that to fish.
Yeah, you got to worry about dragonflies too. You got a big time everywhere, you know. But yeah, that's one of the main things you got to worry about is dragonflies. They're definitely getting there and eat everything.
Oh, Dave, I don't want to hear that. 1 to 3 inches of snow tomorrow.
Well,
I think
you
I've only
gotta
seen
remember
1 inch of snow ever in my life.
What,
they're
Jen?
a little bit further than us. They're in, what part of New York are they? They're not Western New York. They're
I thought there were.
no, they're over there by Rico Stem.
Central or upstate New York?
Upstate New York. That's it. So they get a little bit colder than we do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they'll end up in the snow belt. Getting the winds off of Lake Erie and a band that just goes all the way through New York along the top.
Yep.
So when the snows come, northern Buffalo will get 2 inches, southern Buffalo will get 8 because they're in that snow belt and they get that wind and the air different. Going through Rochester, Syracuse, all the way across northern New York.
But that's why in the last couple of, probably the last 6 months, I've been talking to Larry about I want to move. I want to move down more towards either the southern part of the country or the Midwest. I want to get away from these northern cold climates.
Texas.
Oh,
Texas is so huge.
Well, the whole country's huge, but I mean,
that's a
Doesn't
little
take
too
the
far
part
south. That's too far south. I don't want to. I want a little bit of a moderate temperature, not always high. It's just
Yeah, that's
Not
why I was
including-
thinking
what they just had.
maybe in the Virginia type areas where we get where it's warmer.
My friend just moved to Tennessee, and she's calling me. It's 30 degrees and snowing here, and she says, "Oh yeah, I'm outside walking the dog in shorts and a t-shirt." It's like, oh my God. Southern Tennessee. She just moved down there.
I think I only wear a sweater, maybe, or like a little small jacket, maybe 2 weeks out the year.
Oh man.
Now, see, I would love that.
Jess like that here too.
These
Rocco,
cold-
Jeffrey says that the beard's growing back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need to
he
shave.
shaved it all off the other day, didn't
Yeah, I
ya?
need to shave my. I keep a goatee, and I haven't shaved in like 2 or 3 weeks. It's getting real scraggly.
Yeah, one of these days you'll surprise me and you'll cut it all off and leave just the mustache.
I have never shaved my mustache. I've shaved the beard 20 years ago. I had no beard, but I've never shaved the mustache since I started growing at like 13. My mother's like, oh, I remember when you didn't have a mustache. And I'm going, no.
Yep, there's the beard.
Oh, wow. There's a beard. There you go.
The last time I didn't have a beard was 2012.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember when my daughter was little, my ex always had a beard and mustache, and he never really kept up on it. But he shaved it off because there was some special family thing going on. So he shaved it all off. And my daughter was just a little baby, and she screamed and she cried, and she wouldn't let Daddy touch her for days.
She had no idea who the stranger was.
My kids did that too when the first time I shaved my beard off, because I kept a beard for like the first 3 years of their life. And then one day I was trimming it and I made a mistake, so I just shaved it all off. And I walked out there and I said, come here, girl. And boy, she looked at me and screamed bloody murder and ran to her mama. I was like, oh, shoot. It was funny.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because we don't realize how much we really do associate the beards with the people. You know, seeing people with their masks on right now, I'm wondering, am I really going to recognize anybody when they take them off?
Right?
Because I've gotten so used to seeing just the eyes.
Yeah. Well, also, for the longest time, I had a light brown to dark brown beard. And I started losing the hair, obviously. And it got to the point where I was coloring the beard. Every time it started getting gray, when I hit 50, it's like, now at 56, I'm like, screw it, just get the gray. It's nice and distinguished looking. I don't mind it at all.
That's right. Distinguished. That's right.
Yes, yes.
Right.
I still get proofed when I go to buy a bottle of wine, but yeah.
Well, that's because they have that just for men hair dye that you can put in your beard to make
that's what I
yourself
was
look older.
There.
And there are younger guys that are putting it in there to get past the carding.
Yeah, I started going bald when I was 17.
And there are just so many of us women. We really do like the silver and the gray. It does show it's distinguished looking. It shows character, and it shows that you've lived some life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, keep talking. It sounds good. Keep talking. Keep talking. Good looking, and what else?
Jeffrey says that his girlfriend's dog barks at him every time he cuts his beard. Yeah, that's just another creature like a young kid that sees somebody different. Yeah, I don't know you. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's I was listening to Bob Taylor the one night, and he was talking about, how do I find a lady nowadays? And I told him it's just like trying to catch the lady fish. Stop trying. They show up.
Right.
There are so many women out there that are interested in these older gentlemen, and you just don't know it.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for anybody, and my housemate brings her sister in to spend a couple of days on the couch, and I started talking to her, and I've been dating her now for 4 years.
There you go.
Yep.
How do I meet women? I look on my couch.
Wait for your roommate to bring her home, huh?
Yeah, that's
Right?
it.
That's
I've
right.
Now
met
we
my
just need
other.
to get rid of them.
Yeah, I've met my other housemate's sister. Nice girls, married though, with kids. Yeah.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
Jen and I just hit it off, and the rest is history.
Stop making me puke.
Yep.
Oh, Amy, go have a cigarette. But like she didn't make me sick for how many years? Off and on, off and on. Her and Tyler did.
I'm not saying a word.
When they decide to be nice to each other, it can be downright sickeningly sweet.
Ugh, cigarettes. Ugh. Get it away. Get it away.
Oh,
Ugh.
please. Yes, I'm a smoker. He isn't. I'm trying to quit, but not doing very well at it.
Yeah,
Hey,
Mama,
nobody likes
Yeah.
a quitter.
I'm down to about half a pack a day.
There we go. So I'm gonna do anything.
You know,
So
nobody
don't like
likes a
cigarettes,
quitter,
but he put a
Nobody
pipe in
likes
his
a
mouth.
quitter.
That's right.
but I
Mama didn't raise
don't
no
like.
quitter.
I gotta go get more
Yeah,
tobacco.
but my mom also raised me to look at my budget and decide what's more important. And I really like more some fish. And my habit, that I could afford more expensive saltwater fish if I weren't smoking cigarettes.
I need to go get more tobacco. I know what
Yeah,
I'm doing tomorrow.
you haven't had your tobacco in a long time.
I haven't smoked my pipe in, I don't know,
You're
over a year. Well over a year I
Yeah.
haven't smoked.
not since the last concert.
So it's
We
almost
like
a year
to
and a
go
half.
to, Art Park
couldn't
here
find
has open air concerts. And he'll bring his pipe to that.
Hmm.
Oh goodness.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm still
that
trying
ride
to-
on the bike is really sounding good today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to decide what I'm gonna put in this 72 boat front.
Wow. No, Sean, my pipe only has tobacco, regular pipe tobacco. I don't do that other stuff. I know other people
No
who
wacky
do,
tobacco,
but
huh?
no, not for me. I associate with lots of people who do, and I don't have a problem being around it. I just doesn't do anything for me. I don't.
Hey, that's it. To each their own, you know.
I tried it once, and it got me sick. So,
Me too.
Yep.
of course, I was
It'll do
14
that.
at the time. No, I was 15. No, 14 or 15. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't warn you not to inhale that deeply.
No, I was with people that were established experts at smoking it. They were trying to show me how to do it. And it's like, I just did not feel well afterwards, and
Yeah,
nah,
that's
it
it.
wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, I
mind the
got
smell.
sick as a dog.
No, I don't mind being around it. Don't mind the smell. Just,
Now
I mean,
wait
I
till I
very
get
rarely
into the-
I try and stay off of anything. I mean, the strongest stuff I get is a leave
Uh-huh.
for the back pain. That's about it. Don't let the brown that's
No,
still in the
see, that
beard
Dr.
fool you.
Wentz me on all that.
What's
Right?
that?
Dr. wants me on all those other pain medications, and it's like, I don't want that. It makes me sick. I know what works for me. Just let me do what I need to do to get rid of the pain.
All right. And here
Because
in New
all the
York,
pain medications you get from the doctors, they knock you out, they make you groggy, they make it so you can't do what you need to do.
yeah, here
Or
in New
they
York,
make you
I got the medical marijuana card, so I could buy it at places where it's legal to sell. And I've tried the pills with the THC. I've tried the vape pens, cigarettes with the THC stuff from pot,
Mhm.
and it doesn't do anything. So, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
Why the hell are these damn drugs expensive?
So,
No, he
sometimes
does
they're worth
have
it.
a bomb that's
Yeah,
a
like Jeffrey says,
CBD bomb.
everything ain't for everyone.
That's really good for the muscles.
Oh yeah, I've got
So that's a good topical one.
yeah. A CBD
that works great.
soothing bomb. It's almost like a deodorant stick. It's just a light cream almost, and rubbing that on where it hurts, it really helps ease the muscle pain for that. And that's CBD, and that works really well for me. If I'm really bad, if then the leave doesn't want to work.
Mine Portland won't let me even use CBD.
Sean says everything's bad to a degree. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is true.
Even
It
water
depends.
can kill you.
Atkins is nothing better than old-fashioned herbs. This is true. As long as you're not smoking it, in my opinion. But, yeah. As I say, I don't mind people doing it. As long as it's nothing stronger than pot.
Right.
Mhm.
Because I know a couple of people that do stronger stuff, and I'm like, no, stay away from me with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't know. Can you get a fish high on secondhand smoke?
You actually can.
That's a good question.
I would say probably, because if you can poison a tank from nicotine, you can have the effects of the smoke of the marijuana get in there too.
Yeah, I suppose so. I know cats, dogs, birds can get high, but I wouldn't think. I never thought of smoking a tank.
I actually did
Wouldn't
that
know that.
before. We had some friends had a fish tank that they made a water bong out of it, and actually smoked it through the tank, and it killed all his fish. And I told him he was a dummy for trying it.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
No, I would bet that was probably because of smoke,
Yeah, it pretty
rather
much
than
gave
anything that was suspended
pretty
in
much
it.
CO2 poisoning.
Yeah.
Damn it.
clove oil can sedate a fish. I suppose so.
Yes.
Then
Sedate
it
them
makes
and
sense.
kill them.
Yeah, then it makes sense that the THC can do it, can soothe them.
Yeah, there's a
Because
lot more
basically you're
compounds in
depriving them of
THC
oxygen.
in marijuana that probably does a lot worse damage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably the CBD oil that's in the vapor would have the same results as any other oil that might get into your tank.
Well, it's just the burning of the plant matter leaves all that smoke is going to dissolve into the tank. So it's going to dissolve a lot of CO2 in the tank and pretty much gas your fish.
Oh.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
things
there's
that
an interesting.
has been tried that should never be.
Dave
And
says
no,
the
we
Jack
are not
Daniels.
trying to
Got the
tell
crown roll.
anybody to go out there and do any of this. We are talking about things that we have seen, heard, or experienced. We're not encouraging you to do this yourselves.
We are not
That's the
experts.
bad.
Do not do this at home. Yeah, Dave says that Jack Daniels is his drug of choice. For me, it's amaretto
Right?
or Irish cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather Crown or moonshine.
For Jen, it's sweet white wines.
Yes.
Oh, I love a good Merlot too. Oh, Merlot.
Though on a good day, I like my 7.7s.
Jeff wants to know who's going to drop a bud in their fish tank. No.
No.
Now, that might be interesting.
See the fish eat it?
Yeah. We
The
have
green
edibles
Tana.
for people.
Different type of green water. Huh?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a whole new meaning for green water.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we've figured out a whole new way to mix cichlids with other fish.
Yeah, they'd be really mellow.
Everybody just get along.
Yeah, calm down, dude. These are
Yeah.
friendly fish.
Right?
Ooh, man. Yeah.
Mix dovais with gouramis and everything else.
Right? You could probably put Oscars and Guppies together then, huh?
Oh no, they're gonna have the
Yeah.
munchies. Remember?
Yeah, you're going to have to feed them.
Oh, they get the munchies. Oh, no.
Yeah. Guppies will be on the menu
Yep.
for sure.
Riding along on the back of a dovi.
Oh, goodness.
Well, now I know if I ever get any more Oscars, I'm going to get two of them. I'm going to name it Cheech and Chong.
Yeah. Hey, we call our clownfish Cha-Cha because it looks like she's doing the Cha-Cha in the tank. The way they move. The other
Oh, yeah,
tank,
Rocco.
we just lost one of the seahorses.
Oh.
But we had one that we called Alfalfa, one that was Spanky, and one that was Darla. Darla is the one that we just lost. And I think it was because she was trying to mate with Alfalfa and he wasn't having it. He kept shaking her off, and I think he just shook her too hard.
Wow.
It was weird. We've had the one seahorse that's about 6 to 7 inches long. It's gotten like it's a full adult male, and we just got a young male and female, Darla and Spanky, and we put them in, and Darla immediately just started aggressively trying to attach herself to the big one, and the big one was like, "What the hell are you doing? Get the hell away from me!" and would move away. And Darla would come and just keep wrapping her tail around the big male. And whenever we put food in, the big one just like literally like shook her away. And we think that it just Darla just couldn't stop bothering it. We don't know if she was horny or was just being aggressive. She didn't do it to the young male that was her age. But,
And he actually dragged her through the tank a few times trying to get away from her, and she's hanging on, and he's
hanging on to
going across the bottom of the tank, running, and she's just being dragged behind.
Crazy.
So yeah, we're gonna have to try to get another one and see if we can't get it to pair up with
Spanky.
one of them.
Yeah.
One of them. We'll be looking for a couple more females.
Yeah. We got
Yeah,
lucky.
that's
We had the
Everything
fish
about
store.
yours.
Yeah, that fish place just happened to have a couple of them at the time when we had the money to get them, because those are by far the most expensive fish we get.
Yep. But Rocco, I got that silicone off of Amazon. I don't
Oh,
feel
hey,
like
Adele.
Oh, okay.
Collaboration of
Did you get
curiosity.
I gotta check that
the
out.
clear silicone or the black?
I actually got both. 'Cause I had some silicone that I needed clear and some I needed black for the different tanks. But
Yeah,
use
I'm gonna be
the
looking.
ASI. ASI is about the best you can get, but for the price, you know, they got some that are more expensive, some that are less, but that's about a mid-range that I trust. You know, the ASI.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, because I got a
What?
55 and a 29 that I'm going to be doing real soon.
Oh yeah.
Scott from Third Coast Aquatics. He's got
Yeah.
2 of them that I'm getting from him, and he told me you can have them. They just need to be resealed. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, no problem.
Well, yeah,
What
they're
size?
easy to refill.
What size?
A 55 and a 30.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 tube of silicone.
Nice.
I did 2 55s with, so you ought to be good with just 1 tube.
Nope.
Depending on how thick you make it, you
whole-
really don't need it that thick. Yeah, the
Right.
whole thing.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
what I
stripping it all the way
understand,
down
hardest
to the
part is
glass,
just
making sure it's
sure
real
that-
clean, and then putting the silicone on everything. I did 255.
That's what I hear. It's making sure that glass is real clean before you put it back together, and
Yeah.
that you got all the previous silicone
Yeah.
off.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go over it with a razor blade. Use one razor blade to scrape it all off, then use another razor blade to go behind it, and then wipe it down with alcohol. And anything you see, just scrape it off, and make sure you wipe it down with alcohol again right before you do it. Make sure it's super clean, and then stick that silicone on there, and it ain't coming off.
Sweet.
Now,
All
I
right.
think I saw someone earlier this week talking about resealing a tank, that they actually put some Beta super glue down the edge and then silicone over
I
to
don't
make
know why you
sure
would do
that
that.
pane to pane was fully sealed.
No, you don't have to do
Because
that. You could even
apparently the super glue filled in any spaces or holes or bumps.
no, you don't have to do that. I wouldn't do that. But with the 55 I just did, it actually all the silicone in between the bottom layer and the side panel came out. But all I did was wedge a small piece of wood in it to make a gap, ran the silicone through it, and then pulled that little piece of wood out. And as soon as I pulled it out, I shot some silicone in it to make it seal. And after you run your finger over that bead, it's not going to leak. You know, and
Okay.
so you'll be all right. I mean, old silicone doesn't stick to new silicone, so it's not going to seal exactly underneath the glass where the silicones meet.
Right.
But you're putting silicone over it, and you know you're making it about an inch pass on both sides of it, so you're going to have a good seal.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, because I've
Okay,
never.
so
I've
the
never
trick
sealed
is just to
tanks
make
before,
sure that you have that
Yeah.
little bit of
I mean,
overage then.
If you want to, you could take the tank apart and redo it, but that's just a lot more time and a lot more headaches.
Right.
But
And I
Okay,
think
so you
that's
know,
what
go
I was
inside
thinking.
and take the
If they
silicone
had
out.
taken it apart to do.
yeah, it's a pain in the butt to try to take a tank apart. I did that one time. I ain't never doing that again.
I've never done one.
Yeah, I
so-
can imagine it'd be easy to get it back in and not have stress points on the glass that weren't there
Yeah,
originally.
you got to be absolutely certain that you have silicone in between every surface, and you don't know until you get done with it, you know. And by making a gap in between the two pieces of glass that does have a gap and putting silicone underneath there and letting it go back to normal pressure, you know that you got the right gap. So I found if you just got a leaky side, just, you know, take the silicone out of that one side and then try to just make a little gap and stick it in there and, you know, just put it extra thick, you know, and you'll be good.
Right. I got you.
Jeffrey says he watched a video where they did that, but they used clamps.
Yeah.
Put the silicone between the panes, use clamps.
Yep. Yeah, you
Dave
can.
says you should do a video on the resealing of the tank.
Yeah, I wanted to, and I just got into it, and then before I knew it was done, I was like, shit, I was supposed to record that.
Yeah.
I've done 4
I'll
tanks
have to
this
try
week,
that.
and I didn't record any of them.
Yeah, I've been holding off doing the rock work on this saltwater tank because I want to record it. And every time I've got the time and I've got everything set up, something happens where the camera's not charged. And it's like, oh. So, it's been over a month of me saying I'm going to get this done, and I just haven't gotten to it. But I'm bound and determined I'm going to record it.
Yeah. Yeah, I resealed 255s, a 72 bow front, and 46 bow front this week.
Wow.
In
Okay.
fact, this
Now, are the bow fronts harder to
boat.
reseal?
no, you just have to make sure you get the silicone in the right spots on the corners because of the shape of the glass. But it's doing good. It's holding for sure.
Nice. Your bow fronts are running, what is it? Vertically. No.
Yep.
Yours run from left to right, whereas my bow front, it's from top to bottom,
Yeah.
the way it bows.
Yeah. Yeah, my bow front, it's 18 inches in the middle, and it goes to, I think, 16 or 14 inches on the side.
Wow.
So it's a pretty good bow.
Yeah, this is a store-bought. It's the kit. The
Yeah,
Fluval
like
kit.
the Fluval Flex.
Yep, that's what we
How do
got.
you like those Fluval Flex tanks?
Well, we had a
I'm
little
really
13.
liking this.
Yeah, we had a 13, where Jen says that the divider between the water and the filter systems and pumps,
Yeah.
it didn't seal properly with the 13, so we had problems with it. Right now it's sitting off to the side empty, and she's going to reseal it. But we've had the 13, the 32 for several months, and we love it.
That's cool. Yeah, I'd seen them in the pet store, and I was like, huh, that's kind of neat. And, and then do I really have room for more tanks? Not at this point. No, I don't. So I better not. But I saw it, and I was like, that's really interesting.
Finding room for all these tanks is crazy.
It is really
Yeah.
nice the way it happens everything. You don't see the filter, you don't see the heater. All you
Right.
see is the output for the water from the heat from the filter.
Yep.
Dad and I have the little thermometer sitting in there. That's what that wire is at the top.
It even has a door in the lid to drop the food in, so you don't have that caked up food that you get on the glass tops of a lot of tanks.
It's got the light,
So that-
LED light with a Wi-Fi connection, Bluetooth connection.
Yeah,
So you
this
can
is going to be
control
my
it
next
from your
tank.
cell phone. What's that one?
What's
What do you
This is going to be
that
my
one?
next tank. It's a cylinder, like a vase.
Okay.
2 or 3
What are you gonna
pound
put in it?
vase. But yeah, we'll be making this a no filter tank.
What are you going to put in
And
it?
it holds how much water?
I haven't figured it out yet. I think it's like 2 gallons, but yeah, maybe
Okay.
2 or 3 gallons. But we're putting sand and a couple of different plants, like maybe some dwarf sage and a couple of crypts, maybe some shrimp after it gets
There you
established.
go.
A couple
Shrimp would
months.
be cool.
Yeah. Wait for that dwarf sage to start
Yeah.
growing a little bit and maybe put some black shrimp in there.
Oh, some of those.
I got a bunch.
What is it?
Yeah, them black rose.
Reallys? Those are really nice.
Well, if I could catch them, I might put that. I would definitely put that purple really that I got in there, so I could get him on camera.
Oh yeah,
So yeah,
that'd be
pretty
interesting. I've
purple
never
really.
seen
that would
Yeah, he was
Where'd you
born
get
a
from?
couple months ago. It was actually born in the tank. I got a mixed pack of shrimp from I got a mixed pack of shrimp from Detroit Shrimp and a mixed pack from Rose Aquatics, just about the same time. And one of those shrimp put out that purple really.
Oh,
So that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I got some plants from Rose. I haven't looked for shrimp yet.
Yeah, I like the shrimp came in really good. I mean, I have no DOA. I mean, they came in really good. And I got my frogfish from her too.
I've been eyeing some of Jess's fish. I want to get her some of her, what is it, her, is it her Piscos?
Yeah.
That she's got right now. I want to get some of those, and I really like her, she's got some purple guppies that are gorgeous.
Right on, Jeffrey Watts. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do with it. Make it no filter, no light, no heater, no nothing, just natural little ecosystem.
You're going to keep it indoors, though, right? Well, it doesn't matter where you are. It keeps around the right temperature.
Yep. Plan on putting it in the room with all the other fish tanks.
Oh, that would be neat to see those little shrimp climbing up on a plant.
Yep. I think I might do that dwarf sedge and probably like a Criplutea and then maybe just one Crypspiralis that gets tall because it is a tall tank. It's like 20 inches tall. Yeah. So that would look pretty good. I think that would look pretty good. Yep.
You could do something like Jeff Fred does too with like the pothos or something like that from the top and just have and
maybe even some hornwort, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got
JDR.
Too.
Yeah.
JDR joined us.
Hi, JDR.
I don't think I've ever showed this, but I actually have some little vines growing at the top of this tank.
John, isn't it like
and another little plant?
Nice.
Jan, isn't it like 1 a.m. by you? What are you doing up?
They're doing pretty good.
There they are.
Oh, that looks like it's taking off nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Pulling nitrates out for sure.
Right.
I'm kind of cheating. I've got a planter that I put behind my tanks that has, I've got chives in it and I've got mint in it. And the mint is growing like an ivy, and I'm going to start making that go around the tanks.
Yeah, Muppets, I only got one purple really, and he's gorgeous, and I only see him like every couple weeks, but he's still in there. I'm going to try to get that one to put in that vase. It's going to look good.
Well, that would be fantastic if you could get it to breed out purples.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I don't know which shrimp it was or which shrimp it bred with, so it'd be kind of hard to isolate them. In a 75-gallon tank with over 150 shrimp and guppies and telling us where they at.
Well, you better get.
Well, you never know.
I'll get the tank set up, and then once I see the shrimp, and then I'll grab them. Yeah, and once I see the shrimp, I'll have to grab it. But it'll have time. It'll come.
Yeah, I actually
dip out of here. Becomes my better half. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Rocco. Hopefully, you'll stop by again in the future.
Always.
And
all right,
your
Rocco,
streams too. Everybody, make sure you stop by Rocco's stream. He's got a great time.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Rocco, have a good one.
Oh, wow, we're at 5 o'clock already. Yeah, I think it's time to call this stream. It's been 2 hours already. Wow, if I want to get that
Nice.
right in, I'm going to have to go soon.
Yep.
Mhm. All right. Well, I
So
appreciate y'all
thank
having me
you so
on.
much for stopping
man.
by. And like I said, I definitely would like to have you come back again in the future, and maybe I'll pop up on one of your streams here or
Yeah,
there.
come on by. Every Monday is open house. I mean, you come on my stream anytime, and
I
you know,
loved it.
everybody's invited. You know,
I usually
and,
sit and lurk, but lately I've been getting a little more chatty on your streams.
right,
So we'll be seeing you soon. And
right,
you
yeah.
guys have a great night.
Nice
Take
meeting
care
you.
of those
All right,
cookies
see you
and
later.
love them. And keep those streams coming, people. We love it. Everybody who came to visit today, thanks so much for visiting. Come back next week. If you want to come on the stream, let me know in comments. We'll set it up so that you can then be one of the featured guests. And if you're somebody who's had a lot of stream time or hasn't, doesn't matter. We're open to everybody. So thank you so much, everybody.
Take it easy. We'll see you next week. Or next time we're on.
Take care. Bye-bye.